Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports. I have with me once again the one and only Peter Fury. Peter, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. As good as can be expected. Yeah, all good.
We have to go back to that fight between Joseph Parker and Hughie Fury, which has caused a lot of controversy. Tell us your take on it now, you know, a week after the fight, a week or two after the fight. What are your thoughts on it all now?
My thoughts are no different. It's not about what Hughie could have done. He could have done more. He could have done this. He could have done that. Agreed. He could have thrown more right hands and he could have thrown more punches. All agreed with the critics as far as that goes. But the fight is what it is. We could say Parker could have done this. He could have done that. He didn't. Both of them had a fight. They're the ones in with each other. They've done the 12 rounds. Hughie, in my opinion, clearly won it on points. I had Hughie rounds ahead. You know, I'm not going to say I had him this amount of rounds ahead because I don't really score fights that way. I thought Hughie was a comfortable winner on points.
What do you make of the suggestion that for you to be a world champion, you have to be putting the pressure on the world champion, being on the front foot?
Well, we can say that about a lot of champions all around the world. But what you need to realise is, if you're going to beat a champion on the front foot, that's also well and good. Tyson never beat Klitschko on the front foot, did he?
The argument was that Tyson was off the back foot, but at times he stood in front of Klitschko and hit him. So it's
a different fight, you know.
It is.
Put plenty of relatives. Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
We can put plenty of arguments and like it into other fights, but main thing is those two have boxed. Now it's all right coming in and forcing things if you're landing, but what about when you're coming in and you're getting caught and you're missing? What happens then?
This is something when I was commentating on the fight, I said that Hugh was making Parker miss and making him pay and making him look amateurish at times. And when I was shocked at the end of the fight when the decision went towards Parker. I didn't understand it, didn't get it. It didn't make sense. It was.
Yeah, I think so. It was about 4,000 or 5,000 people in the arena. Look, I think David Price had him 4 rounds ahead. Hughie, Barry Jones had him ahead. Amir Khan had him ahead. We've got Deontay Wilder coming out making a video today saying Hughie was ahead. Hughie was ahead, and ahead. He's seen Hughie a clear winner. This is a WBC world champion. There's other high class fighters as well, which have spoke to me about it, but I'm not going to quote them because I've not got their permission. But they're also saying, Hughie won that by a landslide. What happened? If I told you the names, you'd say, wow. But we will. We're seeking their approval, and we will be appealing the decision, and we will be putting all this forward. And what I will say as well, the Boxing Bible, Ring Magazine, they've come out and put Hughie 5 rounds ahead.
What is boxing coming to, Peter, where a guy cannot use classy skills off the back foot, make a man miss, make a man pay? The last time I looked at boxing, it was hit and not get hit. It just seems this sort of like barroom brawl. People think, well, if you don't have a barroom brawl and you're looking like Gatti and Ward, then you're not in a fight.
Well, look, there's arguments, and I can understand people's frustration. I was a little frustrated myself, but bearing in mind, this lad has only just turned 23 days ago before his fight. He was 23 on the 18th, and he fought on the 23rd. He is a baby in heavyweight boxing. And what we need to realise is, yes, what he could have done is more. And what I practised, he didn't do. Mainly because maybe Joseph Parker wouldn't let him do it. For me, what he had to do is move, come down off his feet, sit down, put his shots in. And then move again, and be more powerful behind the jab. Sit down off the move, sit and put the jab in off the back foot. These things will come. Look, in his next fight, all that will be there. But the main thing is, we can look and we can criticise, and me stepping back and look at it, that's what Hughie needed to do in that fight, but he didn't. But he done clearly enough to win it on points.
Okay. Now, there's been suggestion that Parker had already signed to meet Anthony Joshua later down, well, next year, and it was ready in his contract. So all he had to do was go to 12 rounds, and he would have won the fight. And anyway, and the Joshua Parker fight was a done deal. Well, your thoughts and stuff like that?
I don't read much into that, because look, Tyson, he's also a mandatory position. Anytime Tyson comes back, he's in a mandatory position. But obviously, unification supersedes the mandatory. We know that.
Yes.
But we are looking at it. We are definitely appealing the decision, and we feel we've been greatly wronged here. And what I will say is, everybody in America, more or less, is saying, he's won this fight. He's won this fight clearly. We've got world-class trainers trained 20 world champions coming on saying, he's won this fight. What happened there? A lot of professional boxers are saying he won that fight. The only professional boxers are not saying he's won that fight is because they're trying to vie for some position themselves.
Absolutely.
The people with no agendas know how they scored that fight. And he did. He got robbed in that fight. So it's amazing that the country we come from, the country he's had the fight in, don't give him any credit at all. But everybody abroad gives him the win. So there's something clearly wrong there, isn't there?
How frustrating is this? You have it with Tyson, you win the World Heavyweight Championship, you beat the man that was the man for reigning for 10 years, you come home, you don't even get a packet of crisps. Now, you beat a guy clearly in your home, your own town, your own city, and you're not even getting the credit you deserve there either. I mean...
Look, let me just say this to you. I'm proud of my culture. Mm-hmm. We are travelling people. That's our culture. My father was a thoroughbred gypsy man. He was a travelling man. So am I. So are all my family. That's what we are. But I don't stigmatise a difference because we're all human beings. I believe in God, and I'm only going on our culture. This is all cultures. We're all the same, really. Mm. But our culture is we are travellers. We won't deny what we are. What we are, we're travelling people. That's it. But it makes you wonder that all this is at the back of it, because we're certainly not getting any fair shakes. Tyson won in Germany. He didn't win here, did he?
No.
I think it's a disgrace for English boxing. And the way they're shaped up. The British Boxing Board of Control. Every time Tyson's opened his mouth, albeit it's been wrong. Fine this, fine that. I do believe there's agendas here, and I don't think it's fair at all. And I think just because Parker's jumped up and down, Boxing Board's gone over themselves to do more than the right thing and got it totally wrong.
Is there a frustration on your part? Well, I listened to John's interview recently, and he was deeply upset, and that's understandably so. He was talking about just telling you pack it up and just disappear. Is that what you think these authorities want, for you to pack it up and disappear? Because the Fury name is a name which is it's causing a problem in the sense that you're winning fights that you're not meant to win on the script. You're ripping up the script every time. This is a problem, and I'm sure you understand that in that sense, Peter.
Well, we should have two world champions, and I've got my son here with me. And I'm looking at him as an uncrowned world champion. Mm-hmm. We spoke about the things he needs to work on. He's a student coming through. So it's not about the loss. It's not about everything. I'd rather Parker been too good for you. Then we'd have just said, right, let's get back to the drawing board, X, Y, Z. But that's not happened. So that's the frustrating thing. And to think that you can train and let the fighters have a fair result in the ring is clearly not the case in Britain, is it? No, not at all. Does this mean now, in terms of you've done all this stuff, does it mean now that any Fury that fights has to win by knockout? It certainly looks that way. Look, I'm on holiday at the moment, and when I get back next week, I'm sitting down with Tyson. Mm-hmm. I'm going to sit down with Yui as well. We're all going to get together because ultimately it's my family, and that's what matters. Mm-hmm. And we will be speaking all this out because I'm not prepared to get in that ring again and get shafted, and let Tyson, undo everything he's done and get robbed here. What are we, fucking clowns or something? That's not going to happen. So we really have to look at it, speak to our team as well, and see exactly where we go with it all. And, listen, we don't give up anything. We're not going to be pushed out by anybody, but we will sit down and have to address this properly. Because we're fairly not getting a fair shake in Great Britain, where the fighters are born and bred.
Yeah.
They carry British passports. You'd think they come from Kazakhstan or wherever.
Well, actually,
Iran, maybe.
to be honest, I'm not being funny, but if you did come from Kazakhstan, you'd probably get more support. I'm not being funny, but
yeah, we'd probably have a better shake at that as well.
Yeah, you probably would.
I think as a race of people, travellers are hated, and there's good and bad in all kinds of travellers. Let me just tell you about travellers. Yeah, There is decent travelling people that's brought up properly. That when you go into homes, they're respectable. The civil people, they don't trespass on people's property, they don't lay rubbish down, and they're not ignorant. And then there's the travellers that go around and leave a dustbin behind them. Ignorance. There's ignorance in all walks of life. There's ignorance in your culture, my culture,
Absolutely.
your cultures, but that's not everybody. You can't tarnish everybody with the same brush. So we represent travellers in a positive light. That's what I get up every morning to make my family better, show travellers in another light and show what they can achieve. And young travelling kids all up and down the country now are following suit. They're doing that. So everybody's doing their best. But there's doing your best, and then there's like people in an old gentleman's club, making rules up as they go along and not giving us a fair shake. And that's what I see has happened here.
I've never asked you this question, but I think maybe the time is right. Do you think that they say that God works in a mysterious way? Do you think it's time that the Furies used this opportunity and turned it and said, well, okay, if they're going to be pointing the finger and it's because of our culture, let's turn it around and show the beauty of our culture? And maybe a documentary on your culture or something like that might be something to educate the ignorant people, and then after that, people can make their own minds up.
Well, our culture's not fat gypsy weddings, is it? So there's different types of cultures, isn't there?
Of course.
What I will say is this: Deontay Wilder, he said, and thanks to Deontay Wilder, by the way, he said a real thing. He said, "We are the fighters." He said, "People don't understand what we got to go through." Well, I understand what they got to go through because I'm living with a fighter and I'm a trainer, and I know what they have to go through. They deserve fair play. And he said, Deontay Wilder, he said, clearly in England the Furies are not liked. He said, there's racism going on there. He's saying that from America. We got no alliance with Deontay Wilder. He's just speaking his mind. But clearly, there's an overtone of that everywhere, isn't there? I'm not saying it because I don't know. I wouldn't like to think that way. But is it politics? Is fights already arranged ahead? We don't know. But whatever them conspiracy theories are, they shouldn't be there. What should matter is two young fighters should get in the ring and the best man should prevail on the evening. That's what matters. Nothing else. People should not be influenced by anything or anyone. They should let the fighters fight, and the one who wins, wins. And it was a boxing match. It isn't a street fight, by the way.
Is it time, Peter, possibly to quit the UK and maybe set your camp up in Canada or the Europe or maybe in America?
Well, look, I've got issues with America. It's hard for me to get there, so I don't think there's issues there. So for me, America's out of the question. Maybe Canada. We'll have to have a look because we have to really have a look at these issues here. And go where we're appreciated and where we'll get fair play. I'm all about fairness. If I believe for a second that my fighter's lost, I'd say, look, you've lost. That's it. I've already told you what he's done wrong, in my opinion.
Yes.
But he hasn't lost that fight.
No.
We know that. He's had a raw shake there. And, why is that? Because, hey, we're in the UK again and got problems. But everywhere else abroad, it's like you can speak to Tyson tomorrow. He goes to America, he gets mobbed. He goes to Germany, he gets mobbed. People love him every other country he goes to. England, no chance.
Is it that whole thing about not liking a winner and liking the old loser? And that's what the English public like. They like to knock people down rather than bring them up.
I think there's a lot of things. I think there is fans up and down, and there is fans in England who say, well, hang on a minute, we support Tyson, but they're a minority. As a general consensus, they don't. So You know, that's it. And the support we get in Great Britain, you know, we're very, very grateful of it. But I don't think it's much to do with the fan base more than anything. I think it's a lot to do with the officials as well.
Okay.
The governing bodies that's running the show here. So I think that's it, more than anything. And I think probably certain promoters is in the ears of everything else. And the edge, you know, look, you refer to Joshua in the heavyweight division. He's clean cut, doesn't swear on TV, he does everything properly. British Boxing Board, they like that. Well, in an ideal world, maybe that's fine. You know, we'd all like that. But, you know, you've also got to respect the fighter. They're the ones in the ring doing it, and, you know, they speak how they feel. And, you know, Tyson's no exception. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He's what he thinks there and then. Upsets people or whatever. He might change in 24 hours, Tyson, and think and say something else. But at least he's genuine in what he does. So, you know, for being genuine and speaking your mind, you get criticised to death for it.
You know that I've always tried to ask the questions the fans want the answers to, Peter. And this question is a very difficult one for myself to ask, because I know how loyal that you are, and I know how much of a stickler you and your family are for loyalty. But it's around the Mick Hennesey situation. Now, I know that you're loyal to Mick, but I've got to ask the question, had you been with a bigger promoter, maybe a De La Hoya, dare I say, Hearn or a Warren, and they were your promoter stroke management team, would you be having the same problems that you have at the moment?
Well, you know, hey, maybe not. You know, Mick's not liked. You know, people put Mick down, you know, everywhere. You know, everybody talks, you know, we don't like Mick, we don't like this, we don't like that. Guess what? Mick's put this fight on. Mick's paid over £1.5 million sterling to put this fight on. So Mick needs maximum credit. Mick's a loyal soldier, always has been to us, and that gets repaid. You know, he fought our corner. You know, the Ukcad situation, it's cost fortunes of money. Who do you think's paying for all of that? You know, Mick's been a rock behind us. You know, it's all right to you talking. You know, nobody else is throwing money in the gravy train, are they? So at the end of the day, Mick's been there, and Mick's a good man. So that's it. Everybody's got the opinions of everybody, haven't they?
Of course,
so that's up to them.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not criticising any promoter. I'm not criticising anybody, but that's what the general consensus is. And in a way, Mick's like us in boxing.
He is. He is.
You know, we're all getting the same flack. You know why? You know why we're getting all the same flack? Because we're all together.
Yes.
And it seems that a lot of people don't like that.
But Peter,
but ultimately, look,
yeah.
These politics, these politics should no way get involved in world level boxing. You know, it shouldn't get involved in politics at all, but it does. We know that, but it shouldn't. You know, I give Parker maximum credit. He got the best of respect before the show, and he got the best of respect after the show as well. Because Parker's a fighter, and I like Parker. I like his team. You know, David Higgins is raving bonkers, but I do like him, so I've got no hatred towards him at all. You know, I find him, you know, he's another one, wears his heart on his sleeve as well.
Yes.
So that's why I've got nothing bad to say about him. I do like him. We've had arguments in the past, me and him. We've shouted and screamed at each other, but I see him as a genuine guy, so I like David Higgins. I like his team, you know, and I've got a lot of respect for young Joseph Parker. I met his mother and father, lovely people, outstanding. This is no way as a criticise to them, and they know that because we spoke before and after. You know, Tyson, I think they made Tyson a member of their clan or whatever it is in the changing rooms after the event. You know, so basically we are sportsmen. You know, the loss is what it is, but we are sportsmen. But we want to lose properly. If we're going to lose, you know, let my fighters lose to the better man. Don't let an old man sitting ringside or political bollocks interfere with the results, because that shouldn't be the case, should it?
Okay. The other thing is that it's happening because the Furies have upset the wrong people. Tyson's comments he made may have upset the wrong people, and this is basically payback as to you know, these are repercussions for opening your mouth and speaking out and trying to say what you want and do what you want. Do you think that if Tyson not spoken out the way that he did and maybe was a bit more cautious about what he said, you'd still be dealing with these problems now? Or you think it was always going to happen anyway?
So what are you trying to tell me? So for Tyson's comments, it's backfired on you. That's a load of shit, that. It's got nothing to do with it. My nephew has had nothing to do with the influence on that fight. If that is the case, again, what's the officials doing listening to that? They should be judging the fighters. If that's the case, they should say, we don't want you in boxing, we're taking your licence. Go and fight somewhere else. Be straight. Don't shaft us and pull the rug from under our feet because you think it's some devious stuff down the road. That's not correct.
It's not correct.
If they thought that and they've done it, yeah, exactly. So it's whatever they're saying is not correct anyway.
It's not correct.
It's got nothing to do, in my view, with Tyson. Tyson was ringside. It's his cousin fighting. We're one family anyway. So all bollocks to me, that.
So one Fury, all Furies get it. That sort of approach. It seems to be the case that you're going to get shafted. As long as your name's Fury, you're going to get shafted.
I don't care. Look, I'm very proud of my nephew's achievements in boxing. You know, he done what a lot of people, what nobody else did do. He went over to Germany, stacked against him,
of course.
And he won a landslide. So anything else doesn't matter. You know, these are young men as well. You know, everybody's been young. These are not brought up in a public school where they've had the best of everything laid on for them, are they?
That's right,
they've been brought up the hard way. When I was brought up myself as a young man, how many mistakes have we all made? It's all right me talking now at 50 years of age. I've had my life. These are young men. You know, they should have some wisdom over them and let them know what they say is a lot of bullshit at times. You know, what Tyson's saying now is probably not really what he thinks. And in 10 years' time, you look back and think to yourself, well, should I have said a couple of them things or whatever. But every young man says wrong things. You know, just because they're not guided in front of the television. You know, when all these young men you see, even world champions, when they're off that telly, they're effing and blinding left, right and centre. They do probably twice as bad as what Tyson says and does. The only difference is Tyson comes out in public. But everybody, all these young men I see, a lot of them, do it anyway. So for being himself, he'll get persecuted.
That's true.
And that should have nothing to do with what he says about boxing. In that ring, that's where it matters. You shouldn't be cheated because other people have got an agenda, or they don't like it. They don't like us as a family. We're travellers, or you know the things that they say, or whatever. It should be irrelevant when that bell goes. So again, it's all outside interferences, which, if that is the case, which seems it is, it's not fair, is it?
What? Okay, then moving forward, what possibly can you do if you don't get the rematch? Then what can you possibly do moving forward in terms of this constant, you know, conspiracy, dark clouds, whatever it is? How do you shift it? How do you get rid of it? How do you move on from it? How do you overcome it?
Well, look, you know, I'm not one to sit and ponder on anything. We'll go through the appeal process, and if that doesn't work out, we'll move on. And Yui's going to be fighting again in April.
Yes.
And that's it. We'll move on, but we'll have a severe look at where we are, where we're going to move on to, and whether we continue down the same road or do something totally different, which I'm not prepared to go and get burnt twice because only a fool does that, only.
Absolutely. There was quite a touching moment, I think, where Tyson was in the ring and he kissed you on the forehead, and I remember tweeting about it. I said that was a very special moment, and you went and embraced Tyson afterwards. It was a real special family moment there, a real moment of unity there. Was that something more to look into, or was it just that moment just happened there like that?
No, because ultimately these kids, you know, my family, they're like, it's the same as me children. I know it's me nephews and all that, but I just treat them the same as my own kids. You know, I love my family. I think the world of Tyson and his family, all of them, his dad, his brothers. That's it. But that's family. That's never going to be any different. Listen, we can have them blind to each other tomorrow, you know, but the ultimate feelings are not going to change. It's my blood, isn't it? We're always going to stick together. At the end of it, when crunch comes to crunch, if anything seriously happens, we're the ones that's going to suffer. Because it's my family, isn't it? So, look, we are a family, that's it. So, blood's blood. We're never going to change that. What family does, whatever we do to each other, on D-Day, we're always going to come together. So, that's the way it is. Because you've got love for your family, haven't you?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what normal people do, isn't it? So, There's nothing strange about it.
Nothing.
You know? I hope he loves me and I love him. That's it. You know, I love all my nephews exactly the same.
I mean, I saw it as a special moment because outward support for one another in a very it was just a sweet moment to see Tyson go at you and kiss you on your forehead and then you returning that. It just because you know, when you look at something like that, that's like, yeah, that's unity, and that's the sort of unity that's necessary because of all the crap that's going on all around you. That's real unity.
Well, it is, you know, it's you know, love for your family is a gift from God, isn't it? You know, look,
it is.
You know what me and Tyson's had to go through over the years as well.
Exactly.
You know, we've done a lot. You know, my brother Huey had him before me. He looked after him. I always watched these fights. You know, it's always been a family thing. And let's not forget, you know, Tyson's dad, when Tyson was going through, John was in prison, but he rang me every day. What about this? What about that? Let's do this. Let's do that. So it is a family. It's a family unit, you know. And his dad's in the background, but he's always been there. Yeah. You know, everything's a two-way street with us. Everybody's involved. Even when Huey was training Tyson, I'd have an input because his dad would ring me. What do you think it is? What do you think of that? And then he'd put it back. I'd chat to my brother Huey. So we've always been the same because we're a boxing family, aren't we?
Absolutely.
So we always pass on the best we can.
Yeah, it was a special moment. As I said, I tweeted about it. And I thought, when I see Pete, I'm definitely going to talk to him about it. Now, talk of Huey Fury versus Lucas Browne. How far are you in this? Is it rumour? Is it Twitter talk? What is it?
No, I've spoken to Hatton Promotions, and I've put them in touch. I put them in touch with Mick, and I've left them with it. It's if we don't get the rematch with the Parker fight, it's a fight that we like. We want to put Huey in serious fights from now on. We don't want to. There's no rebuilding anywhere. You know, as far as we're concerned, he won that fight, so he'll just move on. He'll move on from a bad decision, and that's all we can do if we don't get the rematch.
Okay, so you okay. What about this talk of Shannon Briggs and Tyson Fury? Where does that come from?
I haven't got a clue. I've seen a few things on social media. Look, if it makes sense and makes money, it's all about the money. You know, get him in there, Tyson, put him on the end of the jab for 2 or 3 rounds and knock him out. I'm sure if Tyson could get himself a nice few million quid from doing that, why not? I'll speak to him about that when I get back as well. No. On a serious note, I've got no idea.
You got no idea. You don't know about that either. Okay. The heavyweight division. The WBC champion Deontay Wilder. You've spoken about him earlier. Luis Ortiz, the man that is either 46 or 48. Well, according to Amir Mansour, he's at least 48 years old. What are your thoughts on him getting caught with PEDs yet again, and that whole situation?
Well, it is a mess. I don't know how they're getting away with it because, you know, the testing is rigorous, isn't it? You know, Huey has passport tests, what they call them, you know, and they've got to know whereabouts every single day. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I don't know how they think they can do it and get away with it because they're tested up and down, and the tests are rigorous. So, you know, I think, look, if they are doing it and it's against the law and they get found doing it, then they need banning straight away because they shouldn't be doing it because they are cheating again. So it is a form of cheating. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, well, your fighters are accused of X, Y, Z. There's a lot of politics going on around our family. So that will all come out in the light in the end. You know, they've not done any cheating. They've done nothing wrong whatsoever. So we'll see down the road. But I don't think so because it's like my son now, 23 years of age. He's getting in that ring. He's done nothing. He's trained and drank water and ate healthy all the way through his training camp. And if somebody's juicing up or doing whatever they're doing, it's giving them an edge where he can hurt the other fighter. It's not fair, is it?
No. It's not fair. But what about using it as a political agenda to, you know, we don't really want to fight that guy, so let's say he's PED, just put something out there about him and discredit the fighter. So even if the fighter's innocent, they're discredited, which I said would happen years ago. It's happening all now in boxing.
Well, I've only got to look back like, and what I'm not going to discuss our case
Yeah, of
by any
course.
stretch of the thing, but from what is public knowledge, we was told by Ukcad that we had nothing to worry about and they'd done nothing wrong after they had these tests. These tests was checked further and come back negative. You've done nothing wrong, just watch your diets and keep away from certain types of meat. That's what we was told. So, let's forget about it. We don't want to mention it because obviously it is the serious accusations, but we can assure you, you've done no wrong here whatsoever. Not Huey nor Tyson. Yeah, I even sent my own family down, my own children, to go and see Ukcad by themselves without being legally represented in London. And they told exactly the same to them as well. You two have done no wrong here whatsoever. Yeah? Right then, so that's it. All of a sudden we go to Germany, Tyson beats Klitschko. And beats him outstandingly, in my opinion. I didn't give Klitschko anything, I gave him 1 round out of 12. So, he's won. We guess back, now Tyson fought in November 2015, 28th of November, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, so he's won the world title. He gets back to bad press as soon as he steps off the boat. Yeah? June the next year, both of them get charged with what they guaranteed us was no problem, and there was no charges. So, can you explain to me for 1 minute what has happened there? What would have happened if Tyson wouldn't have won the world title? Would it be the same? We just don't know that.
We don't know.
We run into conspiracy theories, but what I can tell you, matter of factly, that's what happened. We got charged. They got charged with the very thing they was told. In September 2015, they had absolutely nothing to worry about from these tests in February 2015. So February 2015, they investigated the pair of them for several months. Obviously, they hadn't done anything wrong. They found out that it wasn't doing anything. And then they decided to sit everybody down and say, look, in February 2015, these samples was wrong. But then they came back and they're negative. So it's down to the food. We're happy what it is, and this is the reasons why, etc. But yet, after Tyson fights, 2 months later, wins that belt, June following year, in 2016, I think the 24th of June around there, charges come for exactly the same thing that we was told and assured we had no problem with. Now, would you say that's fair?
I'd say there was something wrong there.
Well, there you are. So that's exactly what's happened. And I don't care, and all this shit about new science and this, that and the other, a lot of crap. That's what it was, that's what we was told. So there is agendas going everywhere.
I remember Tyson specifically saying in the dressing room about the water, don't touch the water. Don't make sure the water...
Yeah, exactly. Listen, me and Tyson broke our back. Like I broke me back with Huey. We put everything on the line and done everything absolutely properly. They've been drug tested. They've been drug tested to death. Yeah, done everything absolutely fine. No problems at all. He goes over there, he wins that belt fair and square. Not drug cheated, not done anything. Yeah? Then we get that after. And not straight away after, 8 months later, in June, the following year. So like I said, I haven't got the answers for that. They have. I can only tell you that much about the case.
The consensus by many is that promoters have got Ukcad in the back pocket and will keep Tyson out for as long as possible.
I wouldn't say that, to be honest. I don't think they have. I'm not. Well, look, I don't know what everything is, but it's what it is. I think ultimately, when it comes down to it, I've got no idea. But clearly, something was wrong with that decision, with the Ukcad thing, because it should have never come about. And to be honest, these boys both should have been charged. And if that's the case, when them samples was took in February, why did they not come and charge you? Why did they not say, you've breached, we'll charge both of you? If they've done something wrong. But yeah, see them 7 months later and say, you got no problem in the world. We can assure you, just cut this out and cut that out. We've done exactly what we was told. Yeah. and followed their orders down to the T. So that's all we can do. So whatever's happened there, I'm not going to say why they've done this or why they've done that and jump into conspiracy theories. I can only tell you that's the lead up to where we are now with the Ukcad situation.
I know you don't like going into conspiracy theories, but looking it in the face, I mean, now Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles are saying this is not a conspiracy theory. There is an agenda here. I mean, if Ray Charles and Stevie Wonder both seen it, I'm sure you've seen it as well, Peter. Is it a case that you don't want to go down the route of conspiracy theory and spookiness, or the fact that, what is it? Because it's clearly there's an agenda, and I mean, you would know more than anybody else what's really going on. Is it a case that you can't tell people what's going on? Is it a case that you don't want to tell people what's going on? Is it a case that...
You know what? I have no idea what goes on. I know that I do my best. We do our best as a boxing family. We've got good people at the back of us, you know, and I just get out and do my business properly. I don't screw people over. I don't tell lies to people. I do the very best I can every single day. You know, and I give people the credit what they do. This is not a one-man job. There's a big team. There's a lot of people involved in helping us to get where we are. Ultimately, the fighters have got to do the fighting in the ring, but it seems to be a lot harder outside the ring than getting in it. So, you know, I'd just love to be a trainer where I can just go to the gym and train the fighter. But it's not like that. Because I know if I don't get involved in the finances, I don't get involved in this, that, the other, they get strung up and that upside down like turkeys. Because this is the world of boxing. It's what it is. It's rife, isn't it?
You do come up with some statements.
People's got to look out for the fighters, haven't they?
You do.
So what are you going to do?
You do come up with some statements. Strung up upside down like a turkey. I've never heard that one before, but I like it.
I've seen many a turkey. I can't eat poultry, but I see them in the windows. Yeah,
5 years we've been talking, Peter, and in the 5 years, the last year, I've had more unanswered questions about situations than any of the times I've spoken to you. Every time it's been, I know you've answered the questions, but there's just sticking point as to why is Tyson not back in the ring? Why is this Ukcad thing still going on? It was meant to be one date, then another date.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Tyson, why? It's obvious why he's not back in the ring boxing. Because he doesn't trust any of it. What if he says to me tomorrow when I get back and he sits down and says, "What about this? What about that?" I've got no answers for him because I'm not in control of all these governing bodies. What's going on with them? I can only tell you that stuff's not right. The way stuff has panned out has not been right. You know, and I feel it's now reflected in the boxing, and it's affected the decision, especially with my son the other week. You know, because that result was not fair.
Okay.
And that's exactly what I see in everybody else. You know, I had Robert Smith saying to me, I said, "How did you score that?" Well, he said, I had Parker one round up.
Huh?
You know, so you know that was his view on it. So obviously everybody's entitled to their view, but I totally disagree with Robert Smith altogether. That's not my view. And you know, they can say, "Oh, they're just looking at it. It's his son. We understand." I've looked at the fight back and back. I can see what my son done wrong. I can see what Parker done wrong. But let's not go on about what it is that the fight hasn't took off like a firework or all this. Let's look at the fight itself. He done enough. He was a clear point winner in that event. And 80% of the boxing world-class fighters saying the same. And I respect Deontay Wilder for coming out in the video and saying it like it is, because that's exactly what everybody else is saying as well.
Absolutely. The YouTube investment, is that something that we're going to see Hughie continue fighting on, or is that just that was just a by the by?
No, I think it's a fantastic idea.
Okay.
You know, and they've invested into it. And I think it is the future of boxing.
Yes.
You know, you've got MTK, which is a part of us as well, and they're doing a live stream show, I believe, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They are.
So you know, they're also being innovative, and a lot of people saying it's the right way forward.
Absolutely.
And I believe it is. Look, the internet. You know, anybody can access it. It's got to be better, hasn't it? Because it's easily accessed
Yes.
from all over the world. So it's a good thing, and it's a very good thing for boxing. And I think again, Mick Hennesey needs maximum respect and credit for being the one to dip the toes in the water first and doing it.
Okay, that's true.
They've gambled, haven't they? They've put a world title on them, done it.
Absolutely.
So, at least they've done it. And I was speaking to MTK as well. Although Mick was looking at this 9 months previous, they've been looking at it for a year as well. Now they've come forward with it, and it's I think it's a fantastic idea.
Absolutely. I've always been a believer of it. I remember talking to Steve Goodwin years ago, trying to do it on our platform to do fights. So and that was back in 2013.
What I can say, when I spoke to Mick about it, obviously, the side of that business is not my concern.
Yes.
But they said they've had people purchases from all corners of the world. It's unbelievable.
This is good. I think. But why do you think, in your opinion, that it got the negative press it was getting all the time? Is it just because, it's not on Sky, and some people said, well, because it's not on Sky, then it doesn't matter, or not on channel, it's not on TV, it doesn't matter, or just think it's just, people just don't like change?
No idea, but maybe they don't like change. But sometimes things change and we have to go with it. So I just think it's a positive thing. I think it's positive for boxing as a whole around the world. I just think it's a fantastic, innovative thing. I think it'll just go from strength to strength.
Fantastic. I'm not sure if you do know that Dennis Hobson's now got a deal with Free Sports. He's got 12 fights. I think it's 12 dates now on TV, on Freeview. What are your thoughts on that, on Free Sports? It's a new sports channel.
I think it's good. I think Dennis deserves it. He's a grafter. He always comes up with some good stuff, and he's always finding new things. And I think it's great. I'm possibly going to go. I might go to his show. I think it's on the 11th of October or something. 13th.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I know Dennis very well. He's a good man, and I wish him all the best with it. I'm sure it'll be okay. Fantastic,
Peter. Have you got any messages or any words for those people out there who've been supportive to you and your family?
Well, the people who support us, I speak to them on a daily basis. Like I said, big thanks to all of the team and everybody who's supported us over the years. And but there is a big but what goes on with the boxing fraternity as a whole, and I just feel we've not been treated fairly on all fronts, and I think it's highlighted that more so than anything what happened the other week. I thought it's a ridiculous decision.
It's disgraceful,
and it is exactly. It's disgraceful behaviour when they think they can pull rugs from underneath you and just be sly with it and do all this dirty skullduggery behind the scenes. But like I said, I'm aware of it, and we're just going to crack on and look to do things differently. What them things are, I'll discuss it with IE family and the team around me and see which way we go forward with it. But rest assured, we know something's not right.
Absolutely. Peter Fury, before I close, I just want to say as well, for just a message to Hughie if he's listening, to keep his chin up and to stay focused and not to let...
Hughie's chin is well up. He's fought a good fighter in Joseph Parker.
Fantastic.
But Hughie is an uncrowned world champion in our view, and many professional people's view as well.
That's fantastic to hear. It's great to hear. Peter Fury, thank you so much for giving us your time as always, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. And
no problem, all the best.
Get well soon. Sort that cough out.
Listen, this cough's going nowhere because I had pleurisy of the lungs so many years ago.
Yep.
And it's just what it is.
Oh,
every time I get cold air, it might be a bit asthmatic. You don't know.
Yeah.
I might have to come on your show with a pump.
You'll have to get a BWTM sponsored asthma pump. What do you think?
You know what somebody said to me the other day? They said, "You see this boxing? you know, when you started this boxing, you had a full head of black hair, and I looked in the mirror and thought, you know what, they're right. I might just start talking about retirement myself. Hey, if I don't retire soon, I'll probably be retired in a box. Maybe Tyson's got a point. You've got Tyson keeps saying he's retiring. I'll probably jump up and down in a minute and say, listen, I'm out as well.
Peter, thank you so much again.
All the best to you, and all the best to everybody else.
Thank you so much, Peter.
All the best.
Take care. Bye-bye. There you have it. Peter Fury talking to BWTM Sports. There you have it.